get started. So what are you guys hoping to see? You want some more golden cards, more legendaries? I kind of like the golden cards. We had a pretty good discussion last night about the best golden card. I think it was Mirror. Was it Mirror Entity? I always get that wrong. Yeah, Mirror Entity. Or Head Crack, which we didn't get last night, but I really like Head Crack as well. Shadow Step was pretty cool too. So tennis last night. Tennis was, well, the only way to put it nicely is we demolished the other team. The max points you can get for the match is 36, and we got all 36. The other team got 5. So yeah, it was pretty bad. All right, so we got one epic already, Big Game Hunter. It's a 3 for 4/2, but its battle cry is really great when you destroy a minion with an attack of 7 or more when it comes on the field. This card goes in and out of the meta. I think it is worth taking for Arena. I don't know that you'll see it a ton in constructed decks, but if the meta game drifts towards big minions, you'll probably see it come back out again. Fairy Dragon, great for Arena, great for any deck really. Flame Imp we've talked about last night. Emperor Cobra, we've seen a good bit. You destroy any minion damaged by this minion. You get good value out of this card. We had an Emperor Cobra last night in our arena run. I think killed 3 minions, or maybe even 4, because we had Repentance, or whatever, the Redemption, the Paladin's secret is that brings it back. So it worked out pretty well. Probably going to be a little bit cursed since the luck was so good last night. I'm not sure if the luck will continue to be quite as insanely good tonight. Let's see. Blessing of Wisdom was a real MVP card for us in the Paladin deck we had. It gives you great draw power. It can also as a form of control because you cast it on an enemy minion and then your opponent is really leery of using it. Oh wow, golden. So we got our first golden and an epic at that. So pretty good, very good. Sword of Justice is a really good epic actually. We've gotten the regular version of this for sure. We don't know if we got the golden version yet, but pretty cool animation, nothing too fancy. Whenever you summon a minion, you give it +1/+1. So Paladin tokens benefit from that. It's a really great. If you draw that early in a Paladin deck, it can be really nasty. All right, we got Mass Dispel two packs in a row. Not that exciting. Venture Company Mercenary is a 5 for 7/6. Even though it makes your minions cost more, it's a really annoying card to deal with. I would grab this in Arena for sure. It's kind of almost like a Warlock card in that it's got a negative aspect to it. Oh, we got our first legendary. Wow. So we got 2 rares, a legendary, and an epic. And probably one of the best epics in the game with Twisting Nether. And Alexstrasza is a solid legendary. So yeah. So Twisting Nether for 8 mana, you get to destroy all minions. It's basically a board reset Warlock. Alexstrasza is a 9-drop, 8/8 minion. You set a hero's remaining health to 15. It can be the enemy hero or it can be you. So you can set your own health to 15, which can be a heal, or you can set the enemy's hero to health to 15, which can actually do damage. So if they have 28 health, and you set them to 15, basically it's a 13-point damage. I use this card, I use Alexstrasza some in my mage deck that I made before the wipe, and I think it's a good card. So we got our first legendary of the night already, we've got our first golden of the night, and we're not even 10 packs in yet. Mirror Entity, this is the one that we have the golden version of that looks really cool. Summoning Portal I don't think we've gotten yet. So it's a 4-drop, 0/4 Warlock. Your minions cost 2 less. It's really good for ramping up and accelerating your Warlock deck.
Golden!
Another golden Circle of Healing this time. Let's see, Circle of Healing restore 4 health to all minions. That includes enemy minions, so you gotta watch that. But it's a 0 cost for that reason. Pretty decent animation. Dwarf Priest here radiating some waves of healingness, it looks like. I assume those are waves of heal and not waves of kick your ass. Waves of ass kickery. We got a golden shadow flame last night, which looked really cool. This half of the body was, you know, inflamed. The animated flames looked pretty good. Right click on the screen should zoom in on the card. No, it only works in your collections. No, you can't right click on it in the pack opening screen. Unfortunately. Let's see. Oh, it should. Yeah, I agree it should. Sadly, it doesn't. Alright, so we're 10 packs in. We've gotten, what, 2 Goldens and a Legendary already? A couple Epics as well. So, just the 1 Rare here. Nothing too much. I'll mention Cruel Taskmaster real quick. It's a 2-drop. You deal 1 damage and give it 2 attack. This is a really good card because to deal 1 damage you can use as a form of removal. If you have an Enrage minion, you can use it to enrage the minion. In addition to the Enrage effect, you also get 2 more attacks. So it turns out to be a really good card in an Enrage deck, which obviously a lot of warriors play Enrage. Another epic Doomsayer. I think this is the 3rd or 4th Doomsayer we've gotten. I won't talk about it too much again. Divine Favor, it's a 3-drop. You draw cards until you have as many in your hand as your opponent for a Paladin. Probably the strongest card draw card in the game for Paladins. Maybe Blessing of Wisdom is a little bit better. So, but it can be really good. The problem at 3 is that if you don't use it pretty much on turn 3, a lot of times you don't get much value out of it unless you just burn through your cards. So it's kind of, I don't know. It's good. It's very situationally. It can be very good. Nothing too crazy here. We got Vaporize as the rare. I bet that would look really cool as a golden with all the fire and everything. It's funny, the more I do this, the more I'm excited about golden cards as much as I am anything else. So one thing, if you mouse over the cards, it'll show you their rarity. Although I went too quick there. So it's one way to tell if you want to make it a little more exciting, you can see what cards you're gonna, rarity of cards you're gonna get before you actually flip them. So you crafted a golden Blood Knight. How does it look? Bots, there is not gonna be, according to Blizzard's last post, this wipe that just happened will be the only wipe for the entire time. I actually don't know that I agree with that. I think it's not a good idea to let your retail people start out behind your beta. I understand they want to reward the beta. I get that, but I'd actually prefer. I thought when they said they were going to do 1 wipe, I thought they would wipe at the end of beta, not at the end or even part of the way through closed beta. So. Let's see, Mirror Entity. We've already seen all these cards. Not going to too much to talk about here. The Golden Blood Knight is cool. I bet it is cool. He looks good. That Blood Knight did some work for us in the arena last night. I have to say, it's the first time I've had a Blood Knight in the deck, and it did alright. Nothing too exciting here. Fork Lightning is a good Shaman removal. Flesh Eating Ghoul you can do some nice things with if you buff him up. It's also a form of soft taunt because your opponent's definitely going to try to get rid of him as soon as he can. Or she can. Alright, so Faceless Manipulators are epic here. Battle Cry, choose a minion, become a copy of it. Important thing to note about this card is it can be an enemy minion as well as a friendly minion. So if they have a big taunt minion on the board or a big legendary card on the board, you can use Faceless Manipulator and become a copy of it. I probably use it to copy their minions at least almost as much as I use to copy my own. Wow, 2 Stormforge Axes in 1 pack. Really good card. I'm sure we have more than 2 of it by now, so. Which one thing, I'll show you guys real quick. So, when you go into crafting mode, if you have more than 2 of a card, it'll let you disenchant your extra cards with 1 click. I'm not going to do that because I want to see how much Arcane Dust I have at the end. But right now, if we did it, it would be 2,000 Arcane Dust. So back to the packs. Alright, so Epic Brawl. I feel like we might have got this one yesterday, but I think we did. You destroy all minions except 1. So it's kind of a mini Twisting Nether, except 1 minion stays on the field. Sometimes you get really you want to try to get really lucky and get your one minion. You save your one minion, hopefully it's yours. But obviously it's ideal to use it when your opponent, when you have no minions on the board, or when you only have one and your opponent has a bunch. You're gonna make a golden Divine Shield deck. That'd be pretty cool. It kind of, gold kind of fits with Divine Shield theme, right? You know, it's yellow, and I can see that looking pretty cool. There's a couple rares and an epic in this one. Lava Burst, 3 for 5 with an overload of 2 is okay. It's basically a 5 for 5. Bane of Doom we've talked about before. It's pretty good because the demons it can summon, I think all but one has like a negative summoning effect, and if you summon them through Bane of Doom, then you don't have to incur the negative effect. Alright, so we got another gold in here. Fork Lightning. This is definitely one we got pre-patch. We haven't seen it since the patch, so it's pretty cool. Nice little lightning graphics here. It's almost like the lightning is shifting from one side of the card to the other there. Pretty cool, pretty cool. Wow, another golden. Oh, look at the feral. Okay, those look pretty cool. The feral spirits. I haven't seen that one before. That's pretty cool. That is pretty cool. That might be a contender for top 5. There's really not that much going on there, but just the art itself is great, and the golden animated version of it makes it look pretty awesome. Yeah, the tokens will be golden too. So what Snow was saying is that when you cast a spell, the actual wolves that come out are golden on the board. That's definitely true. It's also true of like Mirror Image, the mage spell, which summons 2/0/2 minions. I think it's our 4th or 5th Wild Pyromancer now. Be interesting to go through when we get done with all this and see which card it was we got the most. Let's see, Azure Drake. Nothing too crazy here. We've seen a lot of these cards before. Urshock is pretty good shaman. You get a silence and a damage out of it. Blood Imp is a really good warlock imp. I would take that guy in arena all day long. Defiance Ringleader was nerfed in the last patch. It used to be a 3/2, now it's a 2/2. Makes it a little easier to remove in the early turns. I think I've only played one rogue since the patch. I haven't checked to see what the tournament results were this last week, although I understand that they were pretty... there's a lot of different classes represented. So Pit Lord also changed. It used to be a 4/7/6 and dealt 7 damage to your hero, I believe. Now it's a 4/5/6 and only deals 5 damage to your hero. So they lowered its stats a little bit, but also lowered the damage, I think, to get people to use it. Taking 7 damage on your hero is a pretty steep price for any minion. 5 is still a good bit as well. I think really for 5 health, it should be a 3/4/6. Seeing lots of Blood Imps. Thought Steal, copy 2 cards from your opponent's deck and put them into your hand. It's a good pre-spell. It's always interesting. It's always frustrating when your opponent casts that and they get really good spells. Like last night we had someone cast in an arena and they got 2 lightning bolts, which is like a great shaman card, and somehow they got 2 of them. Let's see, Wrath, solid druid card. Blessed Champion, double a minion's attack. You'll see this probably in a lot of... Hey Sky High, how's it going? You'll see this probably in a lot of Paladin decks, although I haven't really seen it too much lately. But it's a form of a win condition that you get a big enough minion and low enough health, and it's GG. There's Snow's least favorite card, Blood Knight, so we won't talk about that one. Let's see, 2 Cult Masters. Kits can be a good draw card. Cold Master is good. I would actually prefer they change the stats on it and maybe make it a 3/5 and have the same ability, and maybe make it 5 mana, or make it 4 mana and make it a 3/3. I feel like it needs one more point of health to really be useful. Right now it feels a little underpowered. It really depends on your deck, but I find it's a little underpowered for most of the decks I want to put it in. There's just better options, like Acolyte of Pain is a guaranteed card. So it was 2/4 in the internal beta. Yeah, I could see 2/4 being much better. Even 2/3, I would take 2/3. 2/3 and 3 mana, I would take that for sure. We've talked about a lot of these cards before. Abomination, we have a pretty cool golden version of it. We got the Golden Knife Juggler. I haven't seen that one. That's pretty cool, I guess. I mean, it's cool because the knives are spinning, but it kind of looks like the knives are just floating and spinning. It'd be a little cool if the knives actually moved around like he was juggling them. But it's still pretty cool. You know, if the knives kind of went in a circle here. But you know, for a rare, it's not a bad golden animation. So we got 5 legendaries last night. Right now we're well under that pace. Someone said that because of all my luck last night, I was going to get really crappy luck tonight. Not that we've had crappy luck, but last night was crazy. Raging Worgen, really good in a mage deck where you can proc his Wind Fury. Dark Iron Dwarf is probably, I would say, one of the best minions for Arena. Yeah, I am getting really good golden luck, that's for sure. Savannah Highmane, it's a 6 for 6/5. It's basically got a built-in summon as well. So you're getting essentially 4/4. You're getting 10/9 worth of minion for 6. Of course, as a death rattle, you can always be silenced. But Savannah Highmane's a solid card. You'll probably see at least 1 in most Hunter Beast decks, if not 2. Wow. Oh, look at that Avenging Wrath. A golden. It's the second golden epic we've gotten. So we're not rocking the legendaries too much, but we're definitely rocking the epics. Avenging Wrath. So Avenging Wrath is a arcane missiles on steroids. For 6 mana, you get 8 damage. Basically, it fires out 8 shots really fast. It's a pretty good animated. That's a pretty good animation. It'd be cooler if like something was shooting out of her hand, maybe. But it's almost like angel wings here, which I think is probably the idea. I don't know if it's supposed to be an angel or not, but it looks like it. Pretty cool. It does scale with spell damage. Anything that does damage, so arcane missiles and Avenging Wrath scales. Yeah, you get, so let's say you get 2 spell damage out, you do 10 missiles instead of 8. I actually had a practice match that I didn't stream, where I had a fireball hit for 10 because I had 4 spell power on the board at the time. Mogushin Warden's a 4 for 1/7. Pretty good taunt minion. I think it's probably 5th or 6th best taunt minion. I may actually make a list one day of what I think are the best taunt minions for neutral. Sinjin would be number 1. Sunwalker probably is number 2. I think after that you have some argument. This should be the cards that are decent for Arena pack, with maybe the exception of Holy Fire. The rest of these are all pretty good Arena cards. In Arena, you're really looking for good card value. So minions that are at the stat curve, like this Earthen Ring Farseer and the Direwolf Alpha, where their stats are equal to their mana, but they have a good ability, gives you really good value. Alright, so Ice Block is our epic this time. It's okay. I actually lost a match one time because of an Ice Block. The mage Ice blocked and then killed me the next turn. So it can make a difference. I would play it with Secret Keeper. It's a Secret Keeper where as long as you have a secret in play, you gain +1/+1, I think is how it works, or +1/+2. And with Ice Block, you'll have a secret in play for the entire game. Hey, welcome to the stream, Jack. I actually had 500 packs yesterday, but we already opened 100 of them. I'm doing pretty much 100 a night. 100 per stream. It's 502. But if you go on YouTube, you can see, I already put the video up from last night where we opened 100, so. 2 summoning portals. So now it gives us 3 summoning portals at least. Blizzard, awesome spell. 5, 2 damage to all minions and freeze them. Can't say enough. Blizzard is core to my mage deck for sure. We got 5 legendaries last night. So. Well, you know, it was hard not to open some packs when the stream first, when everything reset. Because it was killing me not to have all the cards I was used to having. But now, you know, I like opening them on stream because it helps the stream, it helps the YouTube videos, and I think it's something fun we can do. And obviously, I can't afford to do it forever, so. Pint-Sized Summoner was definitely the MVP in in our games last night. There's one game where we coined into Pint-Sized Summoner on turn 1, and I don't think she was removed until turn 5. And we just dominated that game. Power of the Wild's pretty good. You +1/+1 or summon a 3/2 Panther. A 2/3/2 is basically, you'll see that a lot. You see a lot of 2 for 3/2s. Let's see. Fairy Dragon is a 2 for 3/2. What's another one? The Beast is a 2 for 3/2. The Raptor.
Golden coming.
Another golden. Doing really good on the goldens tonight. I don't think that one's animated. No, I don't think it is. It looks like it's moving a little bit, but I don't think it's animated yet. So still are. I think someone said last night there's like 20 or 25 that are not animated yet. All goldens will be animated before. No, the Frosty Year was animated before. Uh-oh, another legendary. Alright, so that's 2 legendaries so far. Malagos is a 9-drop 4/12. That 12 is nasty. That 12 makes him really hard to remove. Obviously, you have Polymorph, you have Hex, but outside of one of those spells, or like Corruption, the Warlock spell, 4/12 is really, really hard to get off the board. Spell damage +5, you put that in any deck, Mage deck, Warlock deck, Druid deck, even Warriors, because a lot of their direct damage is it's those spells, even though it's like a warrior hitting you with a, yeah, so. So that's 2 legendaries now and about 50 cards. 45. Alright, we got another epic. We're getting a lot of epics. I think we're averaging at least 1 epic every, what, 3 packs, 4 packs? Maybe not even that much. SI Agent we haven't talked about yet. It's a 3 for 3/3 combo, deal 2 damage. You'll see this in just about every rogue deck. It's a solid card. I saw Aquaman in stream earlier. I don't know if he still is or not, but Aqua, if you're in stream, go ahead and add me back to your friends list. If you like. Pretty soon, maybe next week when I'm done opening packs, I'll do a night where I play viewers. Wild Pyromancer. It's a 2 for 3/2s. Here's another 2/3/2. After you cast a spell, you deal 1 damage to all minions. This can be really good. There's a warrior deck called a Pyro Smith deck that basically relies on that card and all the warrior cards that get bonuses from taking damage. Can be a really good combination. We haven't talked about Ice Lance. As a 1, it gives you a freeze, but if it's already frozen, you deal 4 damage instead. It's a pretty good card. I wouldn't mind taking it for Arena, but every time I try to put it in a constructed deck, I just find other cards that give me more value. So. I don't think I have Ysera. No, I don't have Ysera or Van Cleef yet. You know, Van Cleef they nerfed. He's no longer got stealth. They changed that in the last patch. Again, we talked about Pit Lord already. Yeah, they nerfed the Van Cleef. Rogues got hit pretty hard with the nerf bat. I think everybody pretty much agrees they needed it. But, you know, if you're a rogue player, you don't like that. Scarlet Crusader is a solid card. So, do you think you're going to play one class mostly, or do you think you're going to play, like, different classes throughout? I tend to mostly play mage when I play constructed or ranked. But some people will constantly switch classes depending on the meta and where they think the game is going at the time. Alright, I'm gonna... So, Fairy Dragon, for some reason when I looked at this card, for a second I thought this was a hat. And I was gonna ask, whose hat is the Fairy Dragon taking? And then I realized that's probably a mushroom, and not a hat. I thought we had a thief in the Fairy Dragon land. I do like playing Warrior. I think Warrior's fun. Yeah, Nazar, I think you make a good point. If you're not spending a lot of money on the game, you probably need to focus what you're playing and what cards you're going for. So I totally get that. I'm just fortunate enough that between donations and and the money I spent, which is a lot more money, I have lots of cards. So. Holy Wrath is a crap card. Yeah, I kind of tend to agree. It's so situational. For a